Namaste, how are you? Welcome to a yoga class. It'll be like an hour or so class. You hear a little Jillian, that's my cat in the background. She loves to come to yoga. Welcome. So you might need 2 yoga blocks. We're gonna do some back bending today, and yeah, so let's get to it. I have been reading for my spiritual book club. Hello, how are you? I feel like I don't have my manners sometimes. I get so excited. I thought it was just me, but it isn't, by Danae Brown. And then the second part of the title is, what will people think, right? And then to I am enough. And it's about shame. She's a shame researcher. I feel like she's pretty well known. I think she's amazing. I love watching her speak about her research, and I love her stories that she tells to illustrate what she's saying. I think she's a wonderful teacher. Really, really great. But I've also I've been a little quiet with some of my own sharing of stories just as I go through some stuff for the last time, right? It's like we're all going through this collectively. Whoa. My kitty cat's biting my necklace. I know, it's for your pleasure, but not in that way, kitty cat. Okay, so I wanted to read this to you because I won't remember it properly, and it came through me pretty easily and quickly, so I feel like it's really something that needs to be shared. But this is for all of us in this space, the light workers. They call us like the empaths. We're becoming that more empowered empath. We're stepping into our power. And so I wanted to share this with you. If you are seeing this, you either are or know someone who is an empath who may have been surrounded by narcissist abuse. Like a bright light that attracts bugs, you attract immature, self-involved egomaniacs. Because of those interactions, you may even have devalued your own autonomy, boundaries, safety, and self-worth. You may have felt like you had to prove your worth by people-pleasing, over-volunteering, working for free, not valuing your time, or even quieting your own voice to keep the peace. I also want to add in collecting degrees, PhDs, masters, certificates as a way to feel like you've earned your right at the seat of the table. You don't have to do that. You may have even allowed others to walk all over you. Also, overexposure and repeated interactions with a caregiver, friends, partner, or work associates that are or have narcissistic traits may make you learn and feel that making a mistake is a great big failure. Not true. Mistakes are even good. Mistakes are how we learn. Just like when you strength train with weights, you make tiny tears in your muscle, and then those tears repair and build muscle. You could even say that our mistakes make us stronger and even create a resiliency, maturity, and those mistakes make you wiser. I'm here to tell you that you are enough just as you are, and those old stories are just that, old. And you can begin again in this new earth frequency as whole and imperfectly perfect just as you are. Many of you are already there. I know some of you don't even need this lesson. But I wanted to share that today for our opening for our class, because we're going to be working on that idea of using the boundary, flexing our boundaries of these, free open spirits of these empaths that just like come into this world like, and then like we're like, oh, I can't do that. I have to have boundaries. So we're going to work with that idea of pressing against boundaries, using our skin to muscle to bone, hugging even our arm bones into the socket of the arms, and then from this great place of strength, we can then expand and brighten and share that brightness with the world. So. All right, so here we go. I'm going to move some things out of the way. But you can get comfy. You want to make sure you have maybe even some water if you need to pause the video. And have a good time today. I'm propping up the mic so the sound. All right, for lighting, turn that towards me. It's hard, isn't it, to not get it? There we go. So it's not in this group. All right. So we're going to start in a comfortable seat. I have my two blocks right here. I'll make an adjustment to the screen. You might have a blanket to sit on. It is recording, right? Yeah, hopefully it is. Hopefully it's recording. Now I get to do it again. All right. So to start in that comfortable seat today. And just take a moment to arrive in your Sukhasana, your easy seat, whatever that means for you. Is that in the way? It is. Realize that. We'll move that guy over here as well. It's so funny, isn't it, when you think you have like your space all figured out, and you have a cute black cat that comes in and she moves everything everywhere. I know. She's so cute though. And crisscross applesauce. All right. So one thing we do right away is we soften into the earth underneath us. As empaths, we know how to open up, right? I don't even have to tell you. You know what to do. You're like, I came into the world this way. I get it. But then from there, from our fingertips to our head, to our toes, our knees to our hips, even our torso shortens into the seat of the pelvis, right? Into our focal point right here. And then from this beautiful place of hugging in to the self, we draw the inner thighs in, back, and apart. And you can do that manually if you'd like. You can draw your right inner thigh as you rotate the inner thigh in, back, and apart to broaden your own seat, to broaden your foundation. And then from the waistline down, you lengthen the tailbone into the earth. So once again, feel that power, that strength. From all this power that pulls into the seat of the pelvis, you then press down into the earth and then up and out. Your spine gets taller and longer and broader and bigger. Yeah, you can stay right there. I'm just going to fix this. I think I just heard a noise, a little feedback noise. I'm going to fix that. You can soften your eyes, close the eyes, or gaze at one point. You bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly. If it feels more natural to do the opposite, go ahead and do that. And 3 times we'll say that magical mantra today. And it goes like this. It goes, I am enough. And there's a period after that. So we'll do that together. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. So mote it be. You haven't already, starting to feel that natural breath of the Ujjayi in through the nostrils, past the throat, inflating the lungs as you breathe into the back of the body, the front of the body, the right hemisphere, the left hemisphere, from bottom of lung to top of lung, and then all that breath out as you feel that soft hug of the rib cage in. And then you begin again with that beautiful inhale, matching the inhales and the exhales. You might start with like a 4-count breath in and a 4-count exhale out. You might move into something that's more like a 6-count or an 8-count. And all of those are enough. It could be a lot, it could be a long count, it could be a short count. But allow it to be full. However you have your legs crossed, if you have a favorite side or a favorite leg in front, I'm going to just switch that out a little bit. Eyes again could be open or closed. You're going to bring the chin towards the chest, and then with the head nice and heavy all the way over to the right shoulder. And then all the way over to the left shoulder. Allow the head to be heavy. And then come up to a neutral spine. Allowing your head to be neutral. The chin is parallel to the earth. Nice. Eyes can be open or closed. We're going to gaze over the right shoulder and then over the left shoulder. Just taking a few moments to shake your head. No. No is a very firm and also kind boundary. Why is no a kind boundary? Is because when you say no, you're taking back your power and you're giving yourself more time. Good. Good job. All right. Beautiful. So now bring yourself to your tabletop on your hands and your knees. Wrists and shoulders line up. Strong foundation underneath you. Spread your fingers just wide enough. I'm just going to go sideways so I can kind of see you guys. Yeah, so knees are underneath the hips. Now settle those arm bones into the socket of the arm. So sometimes when we're here, we're like, we want everything to be perfect, right? We want to prove ourselves. But here, just take a moment instead of rounding in that back like this, where we're like overextending, to settle the socket of the arm in to the arm socket. Yeah, and then same thing for your hips too. There's this sense of the bones are just moving into the place where they're supposed to be. You don't have to brace. You don't have to over effort. So in that beautiful relationship of surrendering in and then igniting that heat of your strength, of your power, as you feel the arm bones strengthen and tone. Yeah. The leg bones strengthen and tone. Good. We're going to walk your knees back about 2 inches or so away from the heel of the hand. Tuck the toes under. Big inverted V. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And just take a moment here. You can bend one knee and then the other. Good. You may even wag your dog a little bit as you continue to warm up. Nice. Beautiful. We're gonna lower those knees down once more. I'm gonna do a little stretch here. And I'll show you this way, so you can see it. Before we do our sun salute, you might have your blocks like so on your mat. My glasses, I can't see if you can see me. I don't think you can see that. Okay, I'll come up and adjust the screen a moment. You can barely see them there, huh? Okay. Just have to adjust it a few times. All right, so we have the yoga blocks are right here. We're gonna do a heart opener. Good, so the elbows come down. Good, your head can go between the blocks, so how wide are the blocks? Wide enough that the head can come down. I know, it's like the light, I'm having lighting issues too, and so it's a hard one. It's a hard day for technical issues for sure. You don't mind if the light's in the screen? I know you don't mind. As long as you can see, right? That's a little better. Okay, even better. All right. So you have a few more breaths here in your shoulder stretch, and if this doesn't work for you with the blocks, you can come down into a regular child's pose. Good, and just a few more breaths right there. Nice. Good, and then inhale, come on up. Take your time to come up. I'm going to bring the blocks to the top of your mat. It's so hard to find the right lighting. I can't even. All right. Good, and then once again, just check in with your tabletop. Is it a little easier now to find that surrendering, to find the softening, to open up to what is? Settle those arm bones more to the back plane of the body. That ever surrendering into the earth, and then keep that softening, but then add that layer of muscular energy, of skin to muscle, muscle to bone, as you feel the strength in your arms and your legs. Bring the knees back once more. Tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog. And perhaps it didn't change. Perhaps the second down dog feels exactly the same, and that is okay. But perhaps just doing that little stretch through the shoulders and the arms helped you to deepen some expression of your body. It could even just be to deepen the sensation of your breath, to feel a bigger capacity of the lungs getting more full each and every time you inhale and exhale. You go ahead and tiptoe your feet up to your hands and take a forward fold at the top of the mat. Good. And inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Press through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, gather the hands before the heart. You got it. You can stay right there. I'm just going to move again. Some days I'm going to have a wider range here for you guys. Yeah, hands to the heart center. Go ahead, take a deep breath in and just feel that length right from your waistline to your arm. All that length. As you exhale and settle even more firmly into the firmness of the legs. There's this pulsation of breath, right? There's the inhale where we ask, right? We ask for more. This exhale as we draw in closer to ourselves. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, step both feet back. It's a high plank position. I'm going to modify in my knees. The gaze is slightly forward. You're going to bend the elbows more to the back of the room than out to the side. It's a low plank. You might have a little tiny bhujangasana or up dog. We're just going to lower down to our belly. I'm just going to scooch back a little bit so my forehead finds the mat here. You can do the same. Yeah, and then walk your hands so the palms are down. Yeah. So the palms are down by your rib cage. You got it. Let me grab this. Yeah, just take a moment to rest your head down and feel the earth underneath you. Urdhva Mukha, Bhujangasana. Soften and remember that you have all that you need within you. Firm and tone your legs into your pelvis, right? And your arms as well. Your arms are so strong. You're gonna roll your inner thighs in, back, and apart. So let's just do this for a moment. And you can look up if you need to, but eventually bring your forehead down. You're gonna bend the knees, press through the knees, and then lift your sit bones up, and then take the time to draw those inner thighs in, back, and apart. So you can feel your sit bones actually broaden, right? Sit bone goes right, left goes left when you do that. Yeah. Go ahead and bring the tops of the feet once again to your mat. There's ever narrowing from the waistline down through the knees to the ankles to the toes. Good, keep that, and then feel this weightiness as you press through the hands and then start to curl the shoulders up, the neck and the head follow. My elbows are back. All this energy pulls into the pelvis, and from the pelvis, the legs get longer, the torso gets longer, the arms. There's even a brightening and a broadening to both the right and the left hemisphere of the body. So the shoulders broaden, the pelvis broadens. Good, we're gonna lower down once again, lower your forehead down, deep breath in. I know that was a lot of deep breath out. Good, tuck the toes under. You can go into a mini child's pose, balanasana if you need one, balasana. And then downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big breath in, big breath out. And look forward. Walk the feet forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, press into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, arms down by the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. I'm going to find a high plank position. Exhale to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And full breath out. Good. 2 more like that. Good. Inhale, look forward. You can bend your knees, walk, float top of mat. Inhale, your halfway lift. Exhale to fold, press through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Sorry, coughing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in and get really tall through the side body. Brighten with breath. Exhale, arms by the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Top of the push-up high plank position. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. There's this broadening and this brightening. Downward facing dog. From left to right, right? From bottom to top, from left to right. But first we have to hug into this upright. First we have to feel that the shoulder blades together and down the back, the leg bones all the way up. Hugging closer into the self. Leg bones into the pelvis. Okay, I'm going to look forward, walk or float top of mat. Little layer to add on. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. You're going to stay with the hands high to the ceiling towards the sky. You're going to reach your right hand to your left wrist and then sway over. Sorry, left hand. Yeah, over towards the right. There we go. And then inhale all the way back to center. Left to right. You don't have to reach for your wrist. You can slide the hand down your leg and reach. All the way back to center. Good. You're going to take your hands behind the back if you'd like and mesh the hands together. My arms don't quite reach, so sometimes I use a towel or a strap. The hands come behind you. Like so, right? If you're using a strap. And then exhale. Feet can go wide or broad from right to left. Fold forward. Have a full breath in. And a full breath out. Then inhale and come all the way up. Set arms down by the side. Press through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Big stretch. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Stay with me here. If you need to, you can use your yoga blocks underneath your hand. Just step that right foot back. Good. And then lower the right knee down and bring your blocks up. You're not coming down to knee down lunge. Those are my friends that are kind of, extra flexible, extra sensor or spider senses. We might need to tuck the back toes under. You might not have to. You might actually be able to spread your toes on your mat, even your tiny little pinky toe, and that's more than enough. But to add that integrity of the skin to muscle, muscle to bone, to feel that back leg charge just as much as that front leg presses down, you might need to do that, and that is A-okay. All right. So we're going to do here, and I'm going to face you for a moment, is you're going to bring your block into your hands, like so, right, palm to palm as you hug the block. This would be the face of the book, this would be the back, this would be the index, this would be the pages right here. We're going to hug the block back in space. So you're going to see that softening of your heart forward. The shoulder blades go down and back. Oops, I just did the wrong way. So that right foot's back. And then inhale, lift up. Okay, and you can bring that block up and overhead. So keeping that beautiful strength of the arm bones into the heart. That connection of muscle and skin working together. Okay, I'm gonna bring that down. Bring your block down. I'm just gonna switch sides. I'm gonna bring the opposite foot forward. And once again, just take a moment here as you come up. What does the back leg need to do to hold this boundary? How can the back foot say no loud and proud? Right, and when it says no, it's actually saying yes to yourself. Okay. Do the same thing with the block as you hold the block in and you bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. And you can feel like when you're in your tabletop, it's similar. That heart softens. It opens a little. And we'll bring that block up and overhead. I'm double matted here. If you need to double up your mat for your knee that's on the floor, you can do that. You can also have your knee off the mat as you come into more of like an anusara-inspired crescent lunge, if you will. Okay, and then bring the block down. Nice. I'm gonna step forward. Save me here. I'm gonna step forward and fold. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. The side bend over to the right, either with hand on wrist or bring the hand down your leg. Inhale, opening up the side body all the way over to that opposite side. All the way through center. You're gonna find your strap or mesh the hands behind you. Your arms are long enough and your shoulders are open up. Or you can do like I'm doing here as you then fold. Then inhale and come all the way up. Nice job. All right. Exhale, arms down by your side at the top of the mat. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, big stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now this time, to step your left foot back first. Good, lower your left knee down. So just the opposite foot first this time on this side. Good. And hands to your waist for a moment. Hug everything in. Right, front leg to back leg to front leg. Arms into the heart. Go ahead and expand and lift and reach the heart, the sternum. The head may go back. Nice. Hands might come down to the block and hands to the floor. We're going to switch sides over here. No need to vinyasa. I think you warmed up enough, but maybe not. Hands to the waist just for a moment. Right, and just notice, did I let go, right? Do I feel a little loosey-goosey? Can I feel like the magic stockings on my legs, not just the leggings themselves, but the energy of the strong legs hugging into the self? Can I plug the head of the arm bones more fully to where they need to go? And then from that place of deep connection to the self, can I expand back out? Nice. Ooh, you can come on down. I know. I got tired there, didn't I? All right. This time, downward facing dog, big inverted V. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And look forward at your right thigh. I'm going to step your right foot forward. Bring the back foot flat. So you're opening towards that long edge of your mat with your right foot forward. Virabhadrasana 2. Reach the arms out from the shoulders. And I love these cotton yoga pants. They do fall down. We're going to see me like, they have a lack of boundaries, these pants. They're so comfortable though. I don't want to wear plastic anymore either. All right. Really taking up some space. So the more expansive we get from front to back of mat, the more we have to remind our body to hug in. So you might imagine you have a big Pilates ball in between your legs. Just hugging that Pilates ball. So you feel that strength of your pelvis. You might feel Feel that sensation of the shoulder blades together and down the back. Yeah. And we're going to straighten your front leg. You can find your yoga block if you'd like. I'll show you with the yoga block. Trikonasana pose. You can bring your back foot in a little bit if you need to. The left arm comes up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. So you have all this beautiful length. Your front leg might be all the way straight. You might have a small bend in your front leg, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Good. You're gonna come all the way up. You're gonna bring this block with you if you use the block, and switch out your feet so the opposite foot finds the front edge. And this opposite foot, the toes face out. Yes, right? So bring the block down to the mat. Virdrasana 2, Warrior 2, other side. And just notice if you feel like you became maybe too much like a glass of water that has lost its glass and you spilled all over the table. How can you find those boundaries again, right? Maybe the shins just lovingly hugging towards one another. And sense of everything riding up into the pelvis. Even the torso shortens, the neck shortens. As we draw in, and then from this place, this power of the pelvis, there's this extension out, right? You get bigger, you get broader, you get brighter. And the beautiful messages that I'm not finished with the book yet in Brene Brown's book are the words, and I hope I get them right, to look at ourselves when we feel like we're being shamed, right? Is courage, compassion. Oh my gosh. Courage, compassion. Oh, I must have it. That's why I write things down at this age. You can stay in the pose. More full breath in. I know I have it somewhere. No? I know I have it on here. Courage, compassion, straighten your front leg. You know, connection. Oh my goodness. And that's where you have to have some compassion to, like, you're imperfectly perfect, right? Just like the intro. Right arm goes high, straight with the front leg. So lots like the knee hugs up, the leg muscles ignite, protecting the femur bone, the hamstrings lovingly wrap towards the femur bone to protect the hamstrings. And there can be a small bend in your front knee, especially if you're tight, right? Sometimes I've had very athletic people come to one yoga class and they say it's too hard and they quit their first 10 minutes. And I get it. It's different. But what if we softened in? What if we said, hey, you know what? I don't have to excel at this for this to work for me. You know, we always think we have to be the best at everything to do something, and you don't. You just have to experience it. It's about experience. We're caught up in a program of sorts, right? Where, well, you did that. Okay, kiddo, you graduated high school. What's next? Right? And then it's like, okay, graduated college. What's next? And then it's like, okay, you've got a job now. What's next? And it's like, you're enough. Like, you're enough. You're enough. Enough already. You're enough. And then slowly coming up. I'm going to bring them up with you. Bring both toes out. Goddess pose. So in this goddess pose, the pelvis, sometimes you want to do booty back, the pelvis comes under and tucks under a little. It doesn't mean Elvis in the pelvis, but it's just enough that it does that. You still have your strong booty muscles, of course. Reach the arms up and overhead, as you then still palming the yoga block, but lift the palms up. Good. Drive the knees towards the second toe in from the big toe. Nice. Biceps by the ears. Sink in a little more if you can. It's almost like a hip opener, isn't it? It's like a standing hip opener. Good. Last 5, Smooth out the breath if you've lost your Ujjayi breath. Last 3, 2, and 1, and come all the way up. Okay, we're going to turn your toes now that we're out. I'm going to turn them towards that long edge of your mat, the pinky toe edge of the feet parallel with the front and the back of your mat, and go ahead and fold forward. Just a few more breaths here. So we another example of like when we get really watery sometimes, right? When there's a chance, right, to become more expressive, we then have to remember to hug in. So you feel those energy stockings on the legs. We need to feel those energy stockings on the arms as well, because the arms can help us to go a little farther into it as perhaps, I don't know if you can see, but perhaps the fingertips can come back towards the heels and you find a deeper fold. And that takes strength. Okay, one more full breath in, full breath out. I'm going to walk the hands slightly forward and tiptoe the feet in. Good, and slowly come on up to stand. We're going to face towards that front edge of your mat. Good, good. Yeah, connection, right? Connection. That's what we're working on today. Connecting. Okay. You can't see, so it was not a Virasana dancer's pose. You might like to use a wall for this first one. So you're going to do, you may actually want, if you have like a surface, you see me in this again. So if you have a surface you can place your hand on, you can do that. Now, if you don't, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to take a drink. I'm a little bit choky today. Whew. Okay, so I'll show you right here. So we'll start with our left foot and left hand on the wall. Okay, and just take a moment to breathe in and accept where you are. You don't have to get an A+ the first day of yoga class. No one's getting grades. I'm never going to grade you. And I might just give everyone an A+ just for coming. So I might actually just give you an A+ just for arriving on your mat. You don't have to do anything. You just have to breathe. That's it. All right. So once you do that, as you open up to that possibility that you're enough, bend your right knee. The eye of the elbow is open, right? The thumb is up towards the ceiling. If you can, reach for the big toe side of your foot. Now, if your flexibility in either your shoulder or your leg doesn't allow you to do this, you're going to slide your hand over to the pinky toe edge of your foot. I don't usually show this, but this is what not to do. If you start doing this, that's a no. See how my arm bone goes forward? Ouchie. Ouchie. So you want to have your thumbs up. Thumbs up. A+ for everyone. You don't even have to do this pose. You already got an A+ for it. True. But you want your shoulder to be open, like so. So this is enough. You can use the wall if you have a wall space. And start to kick the foot up and back. You might even fold a little bit at your hip crease. You can use the wall or no. It's there if you need it. It's a nice boundary to press against. Especially if you're like, I don't like to balance, I'm not good at it. I get it. I am not either. Balancing on one foot is still the hardest thing that I do in yoga. Good, and inhale, come all the way up. That was nice. Nice. A+. To the other side, your right hand finds the wall. Breathe in and accept where you are on this side. Firm and tone your standing leg, your right leg, so strong. So let's just stop with me here. Once you get your hand up and you find the other hand, eye of the elbows open, thumbs up. Take a moment here to feel that sense of the inner thighs going in, back, and apart. So you might bend a little bit into your standing leg. Broaden your sitting bones back and apart. Good, and then from there, from the waistline, so keep that from your waistline down for that lengthening of your tailbone. From your pelvis, extend down and out and up and in, and then go into the fullness of the pose. Nice. And just watch your breath, right? Did you hold your breath as you're balancing on one foot? It gets harder, right? We all do it. It's not a judgment. I'm not shaming you. This is the opposite of that today. We shame in other classes. No, we don't. No, we don't. That's my joke. Inhale and come on up. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that again on the first side. And then again on the second side. All right, so here we go. Good, yeah, left arm goes up, right foot goes back. Inhale and come up. And then right side. And inhale and come up. And shake it out. Nice job. Nice job. All right. How you feel? Okay. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Notice your breath, the quality of your breath. A pluses all around. Okay, lower the knees down. You're going to find, let's do this first. You're going to bring your right knee towards your right wrist. I'll do it this way so you can kind of see. Good. Good. And then the left leg goes straight back behind you. And then from here, fold forward. Good. And just a few breaths here in your pigeon. Now, if this version of a pigeon pose doesn't work for you, you can go onto your back. I'll show you this way so you can kind of see. And it would be your right ankle to the left knee. And then you hold on to the hamstring of the opposite leg. So just know if it feels too much gravity or weight bearing in your single pigeon, you can always take that variation on your back. You have a few more breaths on this side. One of the a quote that comes up, I keep seeing it everywhere, and it reminds me of this stuff that we're talking about today, to become more of an empowered empath to use those things like boundaries to look within, right? And yoga is so great because it gives us that time to go inside of ourselves so we can learn about our truth. And we're like, hey, you know what? I can say no. I can say no, hallelujah. And it's great, right? So yoga helps us to get to know ourselves better. It reminds us that we are not just as we are. But a quote that I keep seeing too that ties in with this theme is, what other people think of me is none of my business. And I've seen that. Eleanor Roosevelt has been quoted saying this, and Dr. Wayne Dyer as well said this variation of that quote as well. And it's, in a lot of celebrities and whatever, people that give speeches, what other people think of me is none of my business. Right? So if you do something great. If you do something you make a mistake, great. They're all lessons. It's all lessons. It's not personal. People, are assignments, and that's how we learn. That's how we grow. So if you're on your back, you're going to do that on the other side. If you're folded, you're going to slowly come up and you'll switch sides. And I apologize. If you stayed upright while I was talking, you don't have to do that. And I'll show you. So pigeon on the other side, you hide the left knee pretty much behind the left wrist. The right leg goes straight back behind you. Got a lot of leg here, so it's kind of hard for me to get it back there. And then fold forward. Always have super strong legs. So so if you're in the full pose here, you can completely fold. I like this those three words, right? Courage, compassion, and connection. For our idea of like the self-love, that we have a tendency of empaths to pour out to others. We overflow it. And what we need to do is we need to create that boundary for ourselves with strength. You can still be folded forward here. You don't have to come upright. We need to pour that love back into ourselves and can keep that direct connection to source through the crown of our head. So it's through the crown of the head that this unconditional love frequency continues to move through us. And we don't allow what other people think, that what other people think of you. Don't allow that to cut that cord, that direct, that connection to unconditional love. Keep that bright, even brighter, even when people are saying, when it gets tough, keep that beautiful. Even if you need to take a moment, I need to take a moment. I need to plug myself into source right now, into that unconditional love. I need to pour into myself right now. Remember your mantra, I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. A few more breaths here. And then we'll slowly come up. side may have been a little longer. I am imperfectly perfect, and I am enough. All right, so we're gonna find one to two blocks. Actually, grab both blocks just in case, just for funsies. So, my friend Amy says I work for her at her studio. Really choking on something. I don't know. Maybe my own emotions. All right. So we're going to find one block for this one. Even if you've done this 1,000 times, Setu Bandha, Sarvasana, bridge pose. Even if you've done 1,000 times, try to stay with me here, okay? It's an option to go into full Urdhva if you like it, but you don't have to do that. What we're going to do with this block here is we're going to bring it right between your quads, your inner thighs, somewhere between your Muladhara, your secret chakra, and your knees, somewhere in this area. And then from here, with your knees back, you're going to bring your arms up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and then bend the elbows down by the side. Inhale. And just arrive here as you get full with breath, right? When you fill up with breath, you get side body long and inner body bright. Hug the extremities into the dome of the palate and the mouth, right? So it's in there. It's kind of hard. This one's like a little harder for some of us to find, but it's like the dome of the palate of the mouth is like when we're tasting something and we're like savoring it and we kind of hold it in our mouth for a little longer. It's like in that sweet part back there, but a little farther back where there's no taste buds. Right. So our body gets shorter into this area of the body. And there's a slight press right into the back of the head. There's a beautiful curve in your neck, right? As you have your elbows down. It kind of helps you to pin your shoulders, right? You pin your shoulders down. The heart is already bridging open. So there's a beautiful curve in your cervical spine. Yep. In your thoracic and your lumbar when you do the elbow trick. And then you expand the pelvis laterally. So to do that, we're just going to squeeze that block and then lift the hips up and then let the booty drop a little bit. Draw those inner thighs in, back, and apart. And again, those sit bones, the right sit bone goes right and the left goes left. So I'm not actually touching the floor. It might just look like I am. And then from there, there's this ever narrowing of the waistline down. You shine the energy through the knees and the shins. And from this palate of the mouth, you shine out, you get bigger, you get brighter. The hands can come down by your side. Now, those of you that can, a lot of you have that length and also the flexibility in your shoulders to mesh the hands underneath you. I cannot, and that's enough, right? That's an A+. That is enough. So you can do that. Now, and I'm going to bring my seat down for this, if when you mesh your hands underneath you and it pops your shoulders up, right, like in the wrong way to do the Nada dancers and your shoulders lift up and it feels kind of awkward, not so good, then don't. Just keep your hands down by the side and lift up. You don't have to mesh the hands together. You don't have to go get another certificate. You don't have to go get another degree. Unless it's like going to make you more money or something. But like you don't have to do it. Unless you just don't have to. You're already enough. I just don't believe in any of that stuff anymore. All right, slowly we're done. All right, we're going to bring the block down. Now, you can do it without the block. Why do we have it there? It's to firm and tone the legs. That's why. It's that muscular energy in the legs. So if it helps you to do it, do it. If it distracts you, you can lose it now. But I'm going to bring my mat over here, and I think we have an angle. I just don't know if you can see me because it's so dark today. If you'd like to do a full wheel, I like to show with the blocks because sometimes when we have those flexibility challenges or tight shoulders, there's space. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. There's a space for my head. You see that? Yeah. You see that? That's where my head's gonna go. My hands will go onto the block, but it'll be the meaty part of my palm. My fingers, even my thumb, will be off the block. Right? Sometimes you'll see people kind of put No, it's off the block. So I'll show you. You can skip this, right? If you don't have 2 blocks, skip it. You are enough. No boundary pants. Right, so my palm is to the top of the block. My thumb's down as well, all fingers. I'm bringing my feet a little closer than they need to be. I know I can already feel my shoulders feel so tight today. My apologies. Deep breath in. And then slowly lower down. I don't know if you could tell, but I was holding my breath the whole time. So next time I'm going to try better. So you have another bridge. You can do a wheel. You can do a wheel with the wall. You can do the wheel without the wall. You can just chill out. You can go into early Shavasana. When we do these big back bends like this, it's a lot of, right, connecting deeper with ourselves. It's a lot of hugging the head of the arm bone back into the socket of the arm to find that deep connection, and from that connection there's an opening. So we have one more, whatever you'd like, whatever yogi's choice. Okay. Set that boundary of strength and power. That allows us to give that, it's like a springboard, right? It's like you can't have over there in the corner, I have a trampoline, and you can't have that beautiful freedom of the bounce without having those tightly wound springs, right? So we need to hug to the self. Skin to muscle, muscle to bone. It's a beautiful hug. You are enough, right? Connect to spirit, to source. If you come down and just extend the legs for a moment. You can stay right here. You can go into early Shavasana, early relaxation pose, or you can bring the right knee in. We're going to twist the right knee over to the left. He's over the right shoulder. I mean, you do the other side. I love it. Okay, and then you find your feet to the corners of your mat. Oh, that's not 11, that's Mellow. Hi, Mellow. Hi. You can stay there. I just have to say hi to my Mellow. Hi, Mellow. 11's still up here. Hi, big boy. Oh my goodness. I didn't know you came in here. Extend your feet out to the corners of your mat, your arms out by the side. Allowing your whole entire body to just surrender into the earth underneath you. You might even relax the bottom jaw from the top jaw. Kind of like how a cow chews its food. You're going to bring your jaw to the left corner, to your belly button, to the right corner, and then up. And then do that a few more times in that direction. And just nice and loose and softly switch to the right, to your belly button, to the left, and then up.
And after you've done that a few times, it's allowing your bottom jaw to relax. Relax the tongue in your mouth. Let go even more and more into the earth. Surrender. Connection. Connection with the earth underneath you. Connection to that sovereignty within you. Connection to the universal love that's within and all around. Take a few more moments here. Om Namah Shivaya, Gurave Satchitananda, Motaye Nishvambhachaya, Shantaya Niralambaya, Tejase Om Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Om. You can stay here for a little longer. Got hair. Hi. Would you like to pause the recording and take a few more moments and set a timer? Come up to a seat if you aren't already there. I'm going to bring the hands before the heart, bowing to the same light within and all around. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week, wonderful day or evening. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Namaste. Bye-bye.